Hello everybody, welcome back guys. We're gonna go ahead and start this off with part 6 of our Wonder Boy and Monster World walkthrough. Now this part of the walkthrough I have entitled the SeaWorld Plunders. In this part of the walkthrough we're going to be taking Cheyenne through a few different areas and collecting different chests that are now accessible that we have now that we have the Trident. So we're able basically now to go underwater and get to places that we were never able to get to before, accessing new chests and stuff like that that before we were just not able to access. This is probably one of the harder parts of the game, as it is difficult to remember exactly where everything is. So it just, at times it becomes very difficult to know exactly what's going on, just because it's kind of like a maze underwater, and everything kind of does look the same. And when you're trying to navigate this underwater maze, it really does just drive you crazy. There are a few chests probably that I'm going to miss, usually. I would say I probably miss a chest or two, but I'm going to do my best here to go ahead and get us all the chests in this part of the walkthrough. So, and if I do, of course, miss a chest, I will end up going back and redoing the video, or just catching the chest later on, depending on what chest it may be. So now that we have beaten the village and we've collected all the items in the dwarf village, the door to quick port back to the castle, per April Castle, is available. So now this door is going to be here, and anytime you need access to the dwarven village, instead of walking through this first jungle area, you can go ahead and just use that door as quick access. It is of course located next to the secret door that allows you to the charm shop, and we'll go ahead and head up here. Now the first area that we want to go to is the underwater area back at the very beginning of the game. There are a few chests there that are accessible now that we have the Trident that weren't available before, as there's a water area. So basically anywhere that you saw water in the game, we can now go underwater. And going underwater can be helpful to get us a few different chests. Now, if you see down here below us, this is the dungeon, of course, to the castle. And if you go to the edge of where the dungeon castle is, where that door was, you'll see this here, and you can actually hit up here and go through a secret door. Now, a secret door is going to transport you over here to this first chest, which is full of some goodies. Got our big money bag in there, along with a bunch of little coins, which really adds up to quite a bit of money there. Now we're going to go ahead and head out of this specific area, kind of just head up after fighting, of course, anything that's in your way, and just head to the top through this area here. Now you're going to get all the way out. If you don't follow that exact path, you will get locked into these little grooves. So again, you're going to want to go over the thing that you found that chest in. And if you hit up, you'll kind of swim up faster, so that's really helpful. And you can kind of just tap your C button to swim. And you're going to get all the way through here towards the end. And that's going to open up into this area here. And you're going to see these pieces of wood. Now at the very top of these pieces of wood, you got this one here. And it's going to lead you to this area where you're kind of dead-ended, and you have this spiky roof above you. If you hit up right here, again, you're going to enter a secret door that takes you to another chest location. Go ahead and open this chest location up to get a few hearts, another big money bag, and a few of those wonderful big coins that we all love so much. Now, there are two more really important items in this area that we absolutely have to get. So we're going to go ahead and get them now. If you go ahead and just jump back down here and avoid this first area, this first one that I'm currently below, because that is a dead end. You're going to just want to swim all the way through, all the way out to this big open area here. And there's some fish flying around in here, and these fish are aggressive and will attack you. And there are, of course, a couple new creatures floating around. We do have the big crabs, which just take quite a pounding. They just seem to have so much life, and it really does take quite a bit to get them all down. So you can fight those off if you'd like, or you could simply just avoid them. I would suggest avoiding them. It is fairly easy to avoid them. Not very difficult at all. Now, once you're on this side, we do have to actually go up and over, because if you go over here at all, this is all going to be locked off. It's water. It's the area where we actually are going next, which is where we get this chest that we saw at the very beginning of the game, and I said we'd be coming back for later. Now that we do have the trident, we have access to that area, so we can kind of just jump straight down from here and swim through here to actually go back up into it. So, ooh, wait, no, I'm wrong. You're going to avoid the first one, go down one, and then go through, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, this is kind of a maze area. I get lost even. Played this game about 1,000,000 times, and I still get lost. So what you're going to do is you're going to avoid that first area, come down here to where these like step shapes areas are, and take the very bottom route from here. This is going to be the only access to get actually into where the pygmy armor or whatever pygmy weapon is inside of this chest up here is. And you just kind of swim up here and go straight up. When you pop out, you want to swing your trident right away to hit the little monkey that's there and get the pygmy armor from this chest. Now, you can't jump down on the other side. There is nothing over there. It's just a little area that locks you in. You can't really get back out. You'll just kind of have to jump back up, go over it, and come back out anyway. So just avoid doing that and head back out to the open area here. Now, we do have one more chest. This is the final area here, and we do have a few more chests that we need to collect while we're here, as well as a few items. Now, you will notice these giant fish here. These are one of my favorite creatures in the game, simply because if you kill them, they have the option to either drop a giant heart to replenish your health completely, or they can also drop a money bag, one of the big money bags, and that is always a great thing to get at any point in the game. So if you want to, you can actually see the chest that we're about to get, that chest right there, from this location. But what you're going to do is actually just jump up over this, again, kill the monkey, come down here, and you're going to just avoid the chest for now, because we're going to go over here first and get this, which is just some money bags that are stashed away, as well as a full life heart, just to replenish your health if you've lost any health up until this point. If you haven't lost any health, of course, you can just avoid getting that until you finish these battles here. Chances are you might lose a little bit of health. Of course, inside of this chest here, we're going to find a heart, which does increase our maximum health gauge by 1 full heart, which is a great item to find and super helpful to get before we head to the next dungeon. Now, there's also this little cove here, and we're going to go to the very end of it again where the dead end is, and just hit up. And this is going to gain us access to this chest here. Now, this is the final chest in this area, and it just, again, has a big money bag in it, which really is helpful to kind of prepare us for what's coming next in the area, because everything does get really expensive. As you'll see shortly, the stuff just does get really expensive that we are trying to purchase. Now, we have gotten all the chests in this direct area, so we're just going to go ahead and head all the way back to the castle itself. We are actually going to go all the way back to the castle dungeon. Again, this is the giant fish that is great to kill again and again, because every time you kill it, it only has 2 options. It's going to give you either a big heart, or it's going to give you a money bag. And it's pretty easy to kill it if you just float in front of it by holding up and just tap your attack button a couple times. Great way to kill it. And if you're low on money or health. Always good to kill the big fish when you're coming by it. So we're going to go back over this little bit of land here. Just like before, again, it is barricaded down at the bottom, so you can't get through that way. So you just want to kind of come up through here. It's faster that way. Also, swimming is actually faster than walking when you have the marine boots on as well as the trident. So if you actually just swim through this entire area, you can get through it super quickly just by quickly tapping your circle button as well as holding the direction in which you want to go. And like I said, Wonder Boy goes really fast underwater, so it does kind of go quickly for you, and it's not the most agonizing, portion of your life. So now that we've gotten all the chests in this area, we're going to go ahead and head back to the castle and head over to the other water area and get the other chests there. Now I know this part of the stream is a little bit longer than the other parts, but there are a lot of chests in the underwater area that we're going to get. So we're just going to go ahead and break up this part of the stream into two different portions, kind of two-piece this part. That was part one of our underwater plunder, because like I said, it is quite a large area. So we're going to go ahead and just save up here, and we'll call this part of the walkthrough here, and we'll catch you guys next time on part 7 of our Wonder Boy Monster World walkthrough, which will be